Welcome to Being for another episode of Coming into Being. This is the place for you to come to when you just need a break from the day, to take that time and have that space to reconnect with yourself. Hey, Cherie popped up. There we go. And if you're watching and you feel like it, oh, I should get on the chat and say hello and welcome. But if you're stopping in, please do say hello in the chat. Yes, good morning and good evening to me, and good morning for you. I'm just gonna not talk for a minute while I type in my message. There we go. Okay, short message today, but anyways, so yeah, this is your space to just take that time to connect with yourself, whether you're at the start of your day, the end of your day, anywhere in between, or maybe middle of the night you can't sleep. Come on by to just really get have that support. Sometimes it's nice to do it in a group because there's the group that's doing it, so it supports us, it kind of holds us as and allows us to go even deeper. So take a minute to feel yourself and notice yourself sitting in your environment. So it's like, imagine that the air around you is like jello. And that jello comes right up to you. And then there's you. And of course, there's the other objects, but just kind of focusing on the air. So take a minute to just feel that. Feel that air. And imagine that that air is jello. And becoming really aware of your body in that jello. So that really helps to kind of get a clear sense of our physical being. And whether you tune in, whether you're, let me change that word, whether you're aware of your energetics and you really get into the energetics, and or not, or you're just really in your head, or you're a thinker, and whatever. By tuning into our body, it really brings us into the present moment. And sometimes people ask me, it says, well, yeah, but I have an energetic field, so I should be paying attention to that. Start by coming into your body. And the reason you want to come in and connect to your body and really become as conscious as you can, as aware of as you can. Hey, Lydia. As aware as you can of your physical body as often as you can. And the reason for that is because we're energetic beings. We come from the frequencies energy, but we're here in physical form. And the physical form anchors all of our energetics, all of our frequencies, everything else that makes us up into here and now, into this present time, this moment. So by focusing on your physical body, you're really anchoring yourself into the present moment. So as I'm talking, really allow yourself to feel your physical body, and notice your head, notice different parts, just move around your body, notice your feet, notice your hands, notice your legs, just kind of go over. And Stefana, hello. Oh, Ralu's sister, well, welcome, very nice to meet you. And so just as I'm talking, move around and notice different parts of your body. So anchoring into the physical moment, because this is the only place that we are. Our minds are in the past. or in the future. Our memories are in the past. Our memories of the past are creating the future, and if we're not, and a lot of times are creating our present moment. So by coming into your physical body, you bring in your awareness, you bring in your consciousness into your physical vehicle. And a couple things that that does is that it anchors you into time space, into now. And it clears out from your system across all levels. It clears out from your system all the stuff that you've picked up that you're holding on at the energy and frequency level, and that you've picked up and you're holding on, that's embedded in you. And by bringing your awareness into your body, you're shifting that out. You're releasing that, and it's no longer your story when you do that. If you have a physical issue, it's going to work in the same way, because physical is the last place that gets distorted. It starts at the frequency level. And then what happens is that energy level is denser than frequency. So there's a densing down that happens from a frequency level down into through the energy system, and then into the physical. So it works that way, top to bottom: frequency, energy, physical. It's not you've got something physical that's then shows up in the energetic and then in the frequency level. It's reverse, and we we forget that very easily because our physical bodies, our physical environment, kind of slaps us in the face. And you have to tune in more subtly to the energetics, to the frequency level, to those deeper, to the non-physical. So if you've got an ailment of any kind, there's something at that deeper level that is happening. And so by coming into your physical and being really present into the here and now, it helps to shift that and it helps to clear it out. So let's take a really deep breath into this. And what I want you to do is just exhale all the way down and drop your mind. Imagine just connecting, dropping down and connecting into the core of the earth. And always, yeah, so somebody is having a really hard time, just is not doing that. Lydia, I think that's you. I'm going to say that's you. Having a bit of a harder time connecting in, and part of that. So part of what happens with that is that everybody else, you can just keep dropping in, keep talking, and just breathe into where you are. So the problem with grounding is we have to come into the physical. If we haven't had a good experience in our physical lives, then that is going to make us not want to be in the physical body so much. Well, that's all right. Just breathe into what comes up for you. Just be present with it and just breathe into that. Let yourself just notice that. Just kind of relax. Just be present with it. And then allow it to shift. And it just shifts on its own, just breathing into it. It's sort of like with the stuff that comes up, it's like a little kid who just is kind of fussy and everything. And the more, if you leave it alone, the louder it's going to get. If you just kind of acknowledge the little kid, it's like, oh, yeah, you're having a hard time now, aren't you? Boom. Everything clears up. Everything's okay. Just needed to be seen, needed to be heard. Yeah, and part of what's coming up also with this grounding piece is connection to mother. It's getting in the way, because that connection at origin was didn't happen, and what I'm saying is it's It happened in the imagination because maybe a parent wasn't present. That sounds familiar. You can make note of that, or either physically they weren't present, or because like they were just lost in their own space, or either physically you weren't with your parent, your mother, or your mother was you were living with your mother, but she was not present. She was depression, whatever, just not present, disengaged from being with her child. So that created this imaginary mother and this image of what you want your mother to be. So let's just clear that up, because it's a false image. It's not the reality of that. And I think all of us have a little bit of that. When we grow up, we get into these pieces. So we'll clear that up for everybody. Where something comes up with our parents, and part of growing up is learning the no, the no, where there's resistance to us putting ourselves out there. Little kids just kind of burst out into the scene, and getting that I can't do that, for whatever reason. I mean, it could be for good reason. The kid's about to put their hands on a hot stove. It's like, no, that no comes up. So, but then there's that, and kind of getting stuck in that image of, well, this is what I want. So let's take a deep breath in, coming into, let's see where people are. Coming into your lower abdomen, your lower belly, bringing your awareness there. Let's clear this up for everybody here. Because that's created a separation from reality. And if we can't face the reality that we have or that we had, then we can't really move forward. It kind of stays there. It's that piece again about needing to be seen and heard. So that goes for us, that goes for whatever we're holding on to. And as soon as we see it and we hear it, it's like, okay, then we can release it. So just allowing your awareness to be in your lower abdomen, and just breathing, just focusing on just the breath in and out. Nothing else. In and out. Yeah, because that's a fact. So this is a pretty big clearing here already. And if there's crying coming up, just let it come through. Any emotions, just let them come through. It's like kind of waking up to what really was. And it might also feel like it's a bit of a void as we move through this, because we're removing what this space was filled with, and all of a sudden there's nothing there. So it might feel like a void. And just kind of breathe into that. If you feel a void for yourself, just going to breathe into whatever comes in. So just focus on your breath. Just notice. There we go. Yeah. Let's keep doing that. It's moving through. So really good. And it's also releasing some deeper holding patterns. That have kind of kept people from really, to varying degrees here, of really being able to just express yourself. Some of this I see having carried through for some people into the children that they have, and just that holding pattern. So not having been able to really express well and fully, kind of just that maternal love for your children. Yeah. So breathing into all that, just everybody's doing really well, yeah. Focusing on the breath, just keeping your awareness in that lower abdomen, focusing on your breath. You feel like you're sweating because it's kind of tough to hang in there. Really good. You're doing really well. Sort of like doing the push-ups, and there's just that tension is building. We're getting close to breaking point, but we got to keep pushing through until we break through, because otherwise it's just going to be there. And just being present, just kind of relaxing into wherever you're at. If you're noticing that you're holding tightly, just notice that and just kind of like, okay, let me relax into this. I can just letting your muscles relax into this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and yeah, somebody's really popping up here. Not somebody I've seen on the chat, so somebody who's on, but who this yeah, there you go. Just kind of wanting to be in a better place and assuming you're doing something in a better place than what you had, but it's a little bit true and a little bit untrue. So I was saying, okay, I'm doing better than what I did, but let's take a look at where I am still doing what I don't want to do. That goes for all of us, and whether it's this mother piece that's coming up, maternal piece that's coming up, or any area of our lives. It's not, if we're only saying, well, I'm doing great, it's like, yeah, we are doing great, and then where can we improve? What are some areas so that we can really step into this even bigger, grander, more brilliant expression of ourselves? This isn't an easy path. This is a path that takes a lot of dedication to oneself, to improving oneself. And to be able to improve yourself, you've got to be very realistic with where you're at in the moment. So just kind of commend yourself for that. And yeah, keep just focusing the awareness on your lower abdomen and the breath. Now we're getting into just that expansion of that brilliance. This is a pretty, pretty, pretty strong clearing. I'm impressed with you guys. Like there's a lot of determination that's coming through, of showing up today and saying, okay, oh, Glenna, hi. My cursor was right in front of your name, so you didn't see you until now. Good to see you. Yeah, we're clearing up. Boy, the maternal piece is really clearing up today, so that's good. That's fine. A lot of heaviness around duty as a mother. Yeah, and Glenna, there's stuff coming up for you around this, but in connection to that being a leader, and that connecting up to the maternal piece, and that, so there's some heaviness there. Well, let's work through that for you as well. There we go. And let's just take a deep breath in. We're clearing, good clearing here, guys. Just take a deep breath in, hold it at the top, then let it out fast or slow, however feels right for you, and then come back into that lower abdomen and coming back into just your breath. Wow. Rising up, gently rising up out of all of those distortions. Strong mothers, yeah. Stepping into strong mothers for those of you who are mothers. And strong sense of pure mother, the true mother, that is always hidden somewhere in all of us, regardless of that what's happening at the surface, you know, that facade, that surface of where many people live at. So whether it's parent, it's really focusing on mother today, but anything, any parent with a child, you know, holding strong of like saying no, of that no, but it's not just that no, it's like this is the structure, and providing that pure structure for the child. Because the pure structure actually has a lot of flexibility because it's about what is in alignment with the person. And it's, if you have several children, it's going to be different for each child. But there's got to be that structure to give them that guidance. And within that structure, they're able to kind of bounce around until they find that right place for themselves. And the Star Galaxy Cat, hello. Haven't seen you for a while. Nice to see you. Working, I'm not sure when you popped in, but we're working on kind of just clearing up, coming into that deep, that pure maternal peace. Yeah, popping into that lightness of being. Glenn, I see you already up there, popped up. Cherie, you're kind of floating up. Let's see who else. Star Galaxy Cat. Let's see. I could get you moving up a little bit faster here because you didn't join in at the beginning, so I can kind of see you just a little bit behind catching up here. And Lydia and Stefana moving through. You guys have a lot more denseness around you, around this piece. So might not clear it all up for you. I have a feeling you're going to just need to work through that a little bit, but we'll get it started. And Star Galaxy, so it's like I kind of see you looking to where you want to be around this piece. But there's this, it's like you're holding the sense of it's too good to be true kind of thing. It's like kind of feels like it's out of reach. So just tell yourself it's possible. If it's possible for somebody else, if there's just one, oh, Ilaria just popped into, hi, Ilaria. Working on the maternal piece, Ilaria probably is. So if you've got 7 billion people on the planet, all you need is one person, one example out there out of 7 billion. There's one. If it's good for one, if it's possible for one, it's possible for you. And if it's possible to imagine it, then it's possible for you. Cooking for the kids. Yeah, there we go. And relaxing into that cooking piece also. Into your body more, let's put it that way. It's this kind of along those lines. It's about, for you, Lara, it's about, like right now with the cooking, it's about stepping out of the duty of it so that it can, there's more of that love that can come through as you're cooking. Yeah, well, that's been a running theme for you for, I think, as long as I've known you, that intense and fire vis-a-vis my son. Yeah. So still in process. Yeah. So put that aside because that's going into the food. So that starts to reinforce that energetically. So that's that piece of just relaxing, stepping out, stepping into the present, just putting that aside, even if you're hearing him yell in the other room when he's gaming or whatever. Just coming into the present moment for yourself. With the cooking, with the food, with the utensils. That's the only place you are right now. Yeah, Star Galaxy still having a little bit of kind of getting a little wrapped up around that. It's almost like you're having this internal fight with yourself. Two parts of you saying, but I can do that. No, I can't. Yes, I can. No, I can't. Yes, you can. No, I can't. So just step into in between the two and don't go to either side. Just kind of breathe into your being. Just come into that stillness inside of you. And yeah, there you go. So everybody, we can all do this actually. Let's all come into that center, just to feel yourself at the center of yourself, wherever that is. Putting all the other stuff aside. Center of your body. And just being aware of your breath. And letting the space hold you. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever's going on around you, just connecting in with yourself. focusing on your breath, allowing yourself to be held by the space. Some of you never had this. Speaking of mother and the maternal piece. And the space is here for you. The space is the maternal piece for you right now, of holding you. Bringing that nurturing and that support, that nourishment. So, when you find yourself in that need for that nurturance piece, and it doesn't feel strong for you, just want to reinforce it for whatever, just kind of close your eyes. So take a deep breath. Let's walk through this together. So you have kind of a reference for yourself. Take a deep breath. Let it all out. Come into your center. So it could be, maybe your center could be today, could be like in the heart space and the chest. It could be the lower abdomen. It could be the middle abdomen. So maybe somewhere in the abdomen. I'd say most likely best to not do in the head because we're there too often. And then let yourself just relax into that, into this center of yourself, into the core of yourself. Focusing on the breath. And then dropping down into the earth. Let yourself feel like you're just dropping into the core of the earth. And just being held by the earth. Held by nature. There's a lot, just that nature. Also, nature and the earth. And just allowing yourself to come back to this. Yeah, you can always come back to the recording if it's a little hard to connect. Here we go. Just kind of being held in that space, held in that moment. How's everybody doing here? And so, Ilaria, for the time that I've known you, you're still saying the same thing. You're still bringing up the same thing. So part of what's going on is that you're not strong enough to hold, and you keep throwing it out there to wherever you can because you don't have that stability for yourself. I don't care what's going on around you. It's for the time this has been going on. I'm going to say at least 2 years, maybe longer, but definitely I can count 2 years. And that fear and that resistance, yeah, good, Glenna. So there's a lot of questions you can ask yourselves. Like, one of the pieces is like, when are you going to value yourself enough to say, to do what you need to do for yourself? You come up with some very good intellectually based explanations, and it's not whether they're right or wrong, but it's taking you away from what you need to be doing. So, for example, coming on here and like you were on here last week, and you just kind of posted a hi and that was it. Today, you're really frustrated. You don't know what to do. You don't have that stability in yourself to hold on to that, and so you're throwing it out there. That's not helping you. And you can get 1,000 answers from 1,000 practitioners, all the top-notch practitioners. And I know some of the people you've worked with, so you know who I'm talking about. You're going to get answers. They're going to shift things for you. You're still going to go back to that place. So learn to hold that steadiness for yourself. It's hard as hell, but that's the only way you're going to be able to move further. And it's just refuse to throw it out there. It's like, nope. Because as soon as you throw it out there, you're throwing fuel on the fire for yourself, and it's not going away. So I hate to be a hard ass for you, but tough love, I guess. I guess that's part of the mothering piece, right? What we were saying before. So, I'm glad you're showing up because you're trying your hardest. I will say that you keep at it. So at least you're doing that. Nurture your inner child. Yes, there we go. And be present with yourself. So very nice. Okay, good session. This was an interesting session. I think it was a good one for everybody. It's kind of the first time the maternal piece has come up that I can remember. But hey, it's whatever needs to happen in the moment. So very good. If you would like to make a little donation, there's my value donation code, and just whatever it feels is right to honor the value of what you receive, and as well as honor wherever you're at in your for yourself. Finances, everybody's in a different place, so whatever feels right. If you feel like it, there's that. If you're interested in joining, we're going to have a new moon. It's going to be Sunday at 7 p.m. Deep clearing for a group. So this is more specific around the new moon. So using part of that energies of the new moon. Instagram. I am not set up for this on Instagram. This is going out to Facebook. My little code is going out to Facebook and YouTube. Instagram, if you're send me a message and I'll send you the link to sign up. There's just a value donation of a minimum of $20 to join. So Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 1 p.m. I'm sorry, 7 p.m. Central European Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This coming Sunday, and the theme is really coming back to ourselves, to that I am of who we are, in capital letters. And Let's see. Oops. Check new moon get. Oh my God. It's in the chat. There we go. Um, that's funny. I didn't realize that would pop up in the chat, but hey, that works for me. Um, and Stefana, yes, thanks for showing up. Nice to meet you. So there we have it for today. Next week, I'm going to be out of town, so we're not going to have coming into being is taking a break. Who knows if I'm thinking about it? I'll have to put this down, so I can't guarantee this because I'm going to be going to, if you're interested, going out to a place called Bardenas in Spain, which is also known as the Badlands of Spain. It's a desert. It's a beautiful place. Glenna, thank you. Thank you for stopping by, Glenna. It's good to see you. It's always nice to see you. It's always nice to see all of you. It's, even if it's the hardcore stuff. Why did you choose the maternal theme? Oh, Hilaria, just saw that question. I didn't choose it. It just shows up. This is what we need to work on. That just came up. So I don't choose these. I'm just following what comes up, what needs to be focused on. That was maternal piece was just where people are, what's showing up for people to address. So, oh, Hilaria, yeah, thanks for that. I just saw another message from Hilaria. There are various pieces popping up here. Says I really recommend the new moon medi. It was fun. It's been interesting. And so sometimes people say new moon. Everybody's doing stuff on the full moon. There's such a party gathering around the new moon globally. It's kind of nice to do it when it's quiet. Actually, it's very different. I feel very grounded. Oh, good, very good. So it's a very quiet time, and then we hit it's going to be earlier because new moon is not at a good time for all around. So we just try to do it as close to the new moon, but usually a little bit before the new moon because then it hits the new moon and then it starts growing into the full moon. So the energies of what we brought through starts to grow from that. So very good. All right, so we'll be back in 2 weeks and see you in the ethers or wherever else we meet up in person on a live or wherever else. Thank you all for stopping by, and take care wherever you are. Have a good dinner. Have a nice quiet meal with your son and your daughter, and good day at work and everything. So